Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Amy. I'm here with another Ship With Me video. I go day to day in these videos and I share all the different things that I'm shipping out each day. I talk about how much I paid for them, what they sold for, and what my profit was. So you want to be sure to watch all the way to the end because I always have interesting and unique items, and hopefully you can learn some new things to keep your eyes out for when you're out thrifting. So let's get started. Today is Monday, September 16th. It was kind of a slow weekend, but then I had 3 sales this morning. So it turned out to be okay. The first sale is this really great pair of coin earrings. And I believe, I can't remember, I had it in the listing. I believe these are sterling silver with some sort of gold plating, and they are Italian lira look coins, and these sold to one of you guys. Thank you so much, Krista, for your continued support. You've purchased some really cool items from me, and I think we have similar tastes because I loved these earrings too. I was very tempted to keep them, but I was also very tempted to keep that rabbit fur jacket that you got too, but it sounds like you love it, so that makes me just as happy when it goes to someone who will love it. So these ended up selling for $79. I picked these up at that sale where I spent $890. So I only paid $3 for each piece of the jewelry. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $60.20. So I'm going to try and start to remember to just each time just say my profit, and you guys can assume that that means that I have deducted my cost of goods and any website fees and any shipping discounts. I know I've been doing it a long time, but it seems pretty repetitive to say each time what I am taking out of, my profit. And I think you guys get it by now. So, Krista, I hope you love these. I think they are really great, really beautiful. They don't look like they were ever worn. The next item that sold is these little gold plated hoop earrings, and they have some little details here that makes them look like they have diamonds on them, but they don't. There, can you see them a little bit better? These have been listed quite some time. They ended up selling for $22. So they're sterling silver with like a gold vermeil or plating on top of them. I paid about $3 for these, so that made my profit $14.60. I grabbed those at an estate sale thinking that they could be real gold. And so at some of the estate sales, it's really competitive, and so you just have to grab different things that you think could be good because you don't have time to examine each and every piece. And at a $1 to $3 buy-in price, it's okay to take the risk because then they could still sell in this $18 to $25 range, and that still leaves a nice little profit. Did I say my profit was $14.60? Okay, and the next sale is another pair of earrings that I really loved. And these are brass with either chalcedony or carnelian, and they are quite large. Another pair that I was tempted to keep, but they're just a little bit bigger than kind of my style or what I normally wear. I do wear those really large turquoise slab earrings, but for some reason, those are the only ones that I feel right wearing that are really large. I always like other people who wear statement earrings, but you know how it is. Sometimes you just feel comfortable in certain things and not as comfortable in others. These sold for $35. I was hoping to get a bit more for these, but they had been listed for a fair amount of time, just over a year, or right around a year. So when the buyer offered me that $35, I decided to go ahead and accept that. I paid $5 for them, so that made my profit $23. And I will probably get some questions on these if you haven't watched my videos before. I picked these up in a free bin at a yard sale. They were from someone's wedding favors, and they were just ones that they didn't use. And so they were just giving them away at their yard sale, and I thought they would be perfect for jewelry. It does say A and J on there, and my name's Amy, but I didn't think people would care. I think it's a nice way to recycle, and I think they're cute. So the next item that sold is this pair of Tory Burch sandals, and these were in really excellent condition. I actually picked these up on Poshmark because the gal had them listed for $40, and I thought that was a really good deal, and they were my size. So I thought that I would get them, give them a try, see if I decided I wanted to keep them. But I have another pair of cream sandals. The cream color on these were, I don't know, just not quite what I was looking for. So I decided to list them. They sold for $90. So when I saw them for such a good deal, I thought, well, if they don't work out for me, I'm sure I'll be able to make a few bucks on them. So they were, she had them priced at $40, but with shipping and tax, that ended up making them $52. So that just left me with a profit of $20. They sold relatively quickly though. And I don't know, sometimes I impulse buy a little bit for things that are my size, or I think that I will like and wear, knowing that I might be able to resell them and make a little bit of money. I already said that, but it works out for me. Okay, the next item sold on Chairish.com, and it's just this cute little duck with umbrella brass piece. I have had this forever, years and years. I don't remember exactly how long it's been listed on Cherish, but I think at least a year. So brass kind of had a little comeback for me, I don't know, 6 months or so ago, and I was selling quite a bit of it, but it kind of went by the wayside again. This ended up selling for $39 plus a $2 packaging fee. I paid $5 for it, so that made my profit $27.42. I don't find that I do very well selling lower priced items on Cherish. If you guys, for those of you who watch me regularly, you see that I sell more higher priced items. And in fact, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but Cherish has a minimum listing price of $29. So they won't accept, that could have changed by now too. It could be even higher. I haven't checked in a while, but it used to be that they wouldn't even accept a listing if it was less than $29. Anyways, I'm happy to see this go. Nice little $27 profit. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Not really a great weekend, but I'm glad that I had a few sales come in this morning, and I'll just keep on working and hopefully it'll turn around and pick back up. If you enjoy this type of video, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. If you ring the bell, it'll make sure that you don't miss any of my future uploads. Also, if you could give this video a thumbs up and make a comment down below, both those things really help me out. Don't go anywhere though. This video will continue with what else I sell this week. I'll be right back. Hey again, it's Wednesday and I've got 5 sales to ship out, which I'm happy about. Most of them are not real high dollar sales, but there's a couple of things that I've had for a really long time that I am excited to move out. So the first item that sold is this really beautiful amethyst and sterling silver necklace. And this is by the brand Humanly Crafted, I think is what it is. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that it is a HSN or QVC brand, but it's really nice quality. And this ended up selling for $75. I got this at that estate sale where I spent $890. I really needed that chuckle. To be honest, I'm having kind of a rough day. So I only paid $3 for this at that estate sale. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $57. I am really happy about that. I didn't list this right away, but I do think it took a couple of months, or it's been listed a couple of months, but it had just been relisted by my Posher VA. Within the last 24 hours, someone liked it and they got a 10% off offer with discounted shipping. So my profit was $57, which I think is great. Again, I'm using one of these little bags that I got from a yard sale free box. What do you guys think? Let me know if you think that's weird or cool. I think they're cute, so I think it should be fine. The next item that sold is this sterling silver ring setting. So if you can see, there is no center stone, it's just the setting. I also picked this up at that estate sale where I spent $890. And when I grabbed it, I didn't realize that the stone was missing because this estate sale company typically puts all of the jewelry in little plastic baggies. And I was just grabbing to get what I could. But when I find these pieces that are missing stones, like the center stone, if they're sterling silver or real gold, I will still list them, and inevitably they will sell. There are crafty people out there that will replace the stone. This sold for $28, which I think is just fine. Those were cubic zirconias, you know, those stones that were in there. I don't really know how much more it would have sold for had it had the center stone. So I think that is great. I paid $3 for it, like I said. So that made my profit $17.38. I think this probably also had discounted shipping on it. So I am happy with that sale. The next item that sold is kind of an interesting little thing. It is this, what did I call this? I called this a scarf enhancer pendant, maybe bolo, or what else? I can't remember what else I put. Definitely Western. It has these little pistols on it. And as you can see, it just has this hook. You could definitely hook this onto like a larger beaded necklace too. So I just put every keyword in there that I thought could possibly apply. And I picked this up at a fill the bag sale, and it was in a bag with other jewelry. So I didn't really see it specifically, but at those fill the bag sales, everything is so affordable that, again, I just grab and kind of ask questions later. So this sold for $23. Didn't take a super long time to sell, maybe 4 months or so. I paid less than $1 for it. So that made my profit $17.40. Again, I am happy with that. The next item is one of the items that I've had listed, well, I've had for a really long time and listed for a really long time. I have had this for years and years. I had it for sale when I had my old shop, and then it's probably been listed on Poshmark for at least 2 years. It's just a little silver bracelet with little turquoise beads on it. I thought it was really cute and dainty, and maybe I didn't have the right keywords, but I don't know. I just expected it to sell sooner. Sold for $15. I paid about $2 for it. I'm not exactly sure how much because I got it so very long ago. But that made my profit $10. You know, not really something that I want to be waiting years to make a $10 profit on, but I've said this before that with jewelry, just because it takes up so little space, I don't typically, you know, take stuff out that's listed and sell it at a yard sale. If it's unlisted and I don't think it's, you know, going to make me a big profit, then sometimes I just won't list it and I will sell it at a yard sale. But, you know, I just have not had very good luck selling jewelry at yard sales. I get, you know, maybe $2, $3 for it. So it's just hard for me to sell it there. Okay, the next item is another item that I've had for a really long time. And in fact, I can't find this in my inventory and I don't remember where I got it or how much I paid for it. But it's an Eileen Fisher sweater, cardigan sweater, and it's long lined and it's merino wool. It has the little kind of cuts up the side. I'm not really showing it to you very well, but it's a really nice quality piece. But I just don't, as other resellers have said, Eileen Fisher in smaller sizes just typically doesn't do super well or sell super quickly. But I am really happy with the $69 sale price. I do believe that I got this at an estate sale, but I cannot for the life of me remember or say for sure. It did need to be cleaned. It was merino wool, and I made a couple of little repairs to the sweater because it had a couple little holes in it. So I did note all of that in the description. I think maybe I had it priced too high for the condition, but it sold for $69, which I am thrilled about. Sometimes I list stuff and forget the condition, and then I just list it like it doesn't have any condition issues. I mean, this really, you could still wear it the way it was and you would never know that there was condition issues. So maybe that's why I listed it that way. I put my cost of goods as $5 because I really don't think I would have paid more than $5 for this, because I have been not picking up Eileen Fisher as much in recent years, just because my experience has been that it doesn't sell very well. So that made my profit $50.20. I'm thrilled with that and thrilled to move it out. So that is it for today. I hope that your guys' day is going better than mine. My sales have been a little slow on Poshmark, but September, it's kind of on par for what September normally is. So I'm looking forward to fourth quarter being really busy, and I'm looking forward to being more productive. I hope your sales are better than mine. Don't go anywhere. This video will continue with what else I sell this week, and I'll be right back. Hey again, it's Saturday and I've got 4 more things to ship out. The first item is this sterling silver ring, and I believe that center stone is an iolite with little blue topaz on either side. This is sterling silver, I already said that, and it sold for $60. I do think that's a pretty great price. I again picked this up at that estate sale where I spent $890. That made my profit $45. I am thrilled with that. That sale just keeps on giving and giving. I do think it's starting to slow down a little bit, but I'm sure I can squeeze another at least few $100s worth of profit out of the items that I bought. I still have a few handbags left, I think 5 or 6. And most of them are, you know, a little bit higher dollar amounts. Hopefully there's still a few $100s, and there is still quite a bit of jewelry to list. So there may be something good in there that I missed and haven't gotten listed yet. But boy, oh boy, what a sale that was. I wish that I could have sales like that every day. The next item is this vintage rose brooch, just a pretty little piece. This probably isn't something I would pick up on its own, but I got it in a large lot of jewelry and figured that I could still sell it. Did take a long time to sell, but it sold for $23. So I think that is pretty great. Vintage brooches are kind of hit or miss with what you can get for them. I paid about $1 for this. That made my profit $15.38. Still a nice little profit for a $1 investment. And, you know, brooches and jewelry are pretty easy to list and ship. So I still will list them even if I, you know, don't think that it's going to be a really great or a really big profit. Okay, the next item is a vintage belt, and it is this really pale seafoam green. That's the main reason that I picked this up. Just it was such a unique color, and it sold relatively quickly, within a couple of months, and it sold for $29, which I think is just great. I think this was faux leather. I can't remember for sure though. I paid about $3 for this, so that made my profit $20.20. Another nice little profit. Every little bit counts. I do think that I am going to slow down on picking up belts because I have a lot that still need to be listed, and I'm just not selling them as quickly as I used to. That's okay, just need to find another type of item to sell that's easy to pick up. The last item is this really cool pair of John Fluevog boots. This is a brand that you want to keep your eyes out for. There is the little logo. Let's see if you can see it. Some of his pieces are very desirable. They're very artistic, and some of course will sell for more than others. These ended up selling for $150. I did have them listed quite a bit higher than that, but they've been listed for not a long time, a few months, and I got this $150 offer. My sales had kind of been slow. And these did have some wear, some scuffs and distressing. So I just decided to go ahead and take that. I had only paid $9 for these at the Goodwill. I was very excited when I saw these. So I grabbed them. That made my profit $111. My other piece of paper fell on the floor here. So anytime you see a funky, unique style of shoes, definitely pick it up and take a look at the brand and see if it's a brand that has a good resale value. Not all John Fluevog pieces are created equal. They do definitely, most of them have a good resale value, but not necessarily, you know, in the hundreds or over 100. But if you're at the bins or a yard sale and you find a pair for an affordable price and you just want to grab them without checking comps, you're probably pretty safe to do that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put those in a bigger box. So it turned out to be not really a great week. This month, September, has not been amazing for me, but that's okay. Other things going on, so it is totally okay. My total sales for the week were $739. My total cost of goods was $98. And my total profit after any fees, cost of goods, or shipping discounts was $488.78. As you guys know who watch me regularly, I am always trying to be over $1,000 profit for a week. So that is less than half of that, nowhere near where I want to be. I sold a total of 14 items, which made my average sale price $52.78. I think that's great. It made my average cost of goods $7 per item and my average profit $34.91 per item. I think those are all, pretty great statistics, except for the overall sales for the week. I don't think I had any sales on Cherish this week, and usually if I have one or two on Cherish, that really lifts me up. So I think I need to go in there and maybe reduce some prices or update some listings, list some new items to see if I can get that going again. Hopefully my couch and chair that sold on Cherish a few weeks ago will get delivered here soon, so those funds will be released. And we're going into fourth quarter, so fingers crossed things pick up. Usually I do well with my home decor on Cherish in fourth quarter, and my jewelry seems to do well in fourth quarter. People will buy that for gifts. But really, first quarter is typically my very best quarter. January is usually my very best month. So I'm hoping that I can get a little bit more motivated and get to listings so that I can have a lot of listings come fourth quarter and first quarter. No promises here. I'm also thinking about doing some auctions on eBay to get rid of some things, some collections of things that I have purchased over time that I don't really know the value of, and I haven't had the patience or interest in doing full research on them. So I'm hoping if I list them at auction, then I'll just accept what they sell for. It'll be a quick sale and I can move through some different things. So I have like lots of fountain pens. I have some chandelier crystals. I have some, what else was I thinking that I have? Oh, I have some pillows. I was going to list some pillows. Those probably won't be on auctions. But I also have some vintage jewelry that I'm not really certain on what a buy it now price should be. So I might list that at auction. All these things I will list at the lowest. I will start them at the lowest amount that I want to take for them. Not what I would list them at a fixed price, but just the very lowest that I'm willing to take, and hopefully they get some bids and go up higher. We'll just have to see. Let me know if you guys have had luck doing auctions on items. These will be vintage and unique items. Of course, I'm not going to do auctions on a pair of Nike shoes unless they're, like specialty ones or something like that. But would love to hear your guys' feedback if you have experience with auctions on eBay or any other tips for selling items that you don't want to do a ton of research on. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate all of you guys so very much, and I wouldn't be here without you. I appreciate all your comments and kindness every week. It just means so very much to me, and I'll see you guys all again next week.